There is no second best. Of course, Michael Saylor made Bitcoin popular with this phrase, there is no second best in terms of investments and in terms of crypto assets and in terms of anything you want to buy really, anything that appreciates and gives you a good ROI. And so I was talking to a friend of mine that I know who was into XRP and altcoins and crypto in general. And we were talking about crypto and Bitcoin. And I tried to explain to him, why would you go into another crypto? Why would you put your money into XRP? I've made a video about XRP. I think it's a terrible shitcoin. You can watch it here. But I basically made the point that why would you even bother learning about all these different altcoins with blockchain this and DeFi that and all this bullshit? Why don't you just take your money and put it into Bitcoin? You are going to save yourself a lot of time. You are going to save yourself a lot of headache. And you are going to save yourself a lot of losses because altcoins, most of these shitcoins, do not really do well compared to Bitcoin. And XRP is, of course, one of them. Over the past 7 years, it just went back to its original price, whereas Bitcoin has just, skyrocketed. And so I was explaining this to this friend, and he told me, well, I agree with you. Bitcoin is good. Bitcoin is going to be the best performing assets, but then some other altcoins or some other crypto is also going to perform good. So I would like to put some of my money here and some of my money here. And I was like, why do you want to make less? Or why do you want to take more risk? There is risk. There is a counterparty risk with these companies, with these shitcoins. There is none with Bitcoin. So why would you want to take on that risk? And so he basically tried to explain to me the barbell strategy that I mentioned in my Nassim Taleb video. You can watch it here, where he basically popularized the barbell strategy that says you invest 90% of your wealth, of your portfolio, into something that is low risk, low return, and then 10% into something that is high risk, high return. And I would agree with Nassim Taleb prior to Bitcoin. But now we have Bitcoin, which is low risk and high return. It's the best performing asset in the past decade. So you have this perfect asset, as Michael Saylor says, no second best. There is no second best. Why would you want to even bother with another shitcoin, with another crypto project that's going to go bust eventually, that's going to trend to zero against Bitcoin? Why would you want to go into real estate? Why would you want to go into gold? Why would you want to go into any of these things? Well, people usually say, well, you have to diversify and so on. Well, diversification is just choosing the loser over the winner. You just decide to lose. You make a deliberate choice to lose. That's what you do. I understand if you want to buy some car that you fancy or something that you want, some Rolex or whatever, or you want to travel, that I understand. But why would you put your money as an investment into something that is not as good as Bitcoin? And there is nothing as good as Bitcoin. None. So I tried to convince my friend, and of course, he wasn't 100% convinced because, Bitcoin is a journey. I understand that people can't really, it's not going to click overnight. It takes time, it takes education, it takes homework. You need to do your homework, you need to do your own research, you need to watch debates, you need to watch videos, you need to read some books. This is one of the reasons why I decided to dedicate my channel to Bitcoin, because it took me quite a while to really go all in when it comes to Bitcoin, to have this kind of conviction, to have this laser-like focus on Bitcoin. And I want to contribute to the Bitcoin movement. I want to contribute to this incredible invention that we are so lucky to have, that our parents and our ancestors didn't have, which is perfect money, which is engineered money, which is sound money. We are so lucky to have something as beautiful and perfect and powerful as Bitcoin. And so I don't see anything else worth talking about. As I don't see anything as important as Bitcoin when it comes to creating content. I don't see anything as important as Bitcoin when it comes to investment. Bitcoin is literally one of those things that can absorb you. And so That's why I want to bring more people into Bitcoin. I want to educate more people into Bitcoin. And if one person watch one of my videos and then goes and watch some of my other video essays, whether on the dollar or the financial system or inflation or any of my video essays, if I can make one person realize the importance of Bitcoin and the power of Bitcoin, I would believe that I would have done my job. And that's what I'm planning on doing with this YouTube channel. I will keep educating on Bitcoin. I will keep creating content on Bitcoin. And I will keep advocating for the best, most perfect money the world has ever seen. And that is, of course, Bitcoin. So let me guys know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And see you in the next one. Take care.